I was feeling worse about it until I found out that he spent all of 68 minutes with 200 people. I don't think you can get a lot of bribery in if you're competing for that kind of time. But
an hour of the president's time. The president's time
split among 200 people.
Okay.
200 people. That's 68. 200 divided by 68. I actually did the math. It's 2.9 minutes per person. Here's how I'm thinking about it, Abby. No one who voted for him, I don't think, thinks that he is a person who can be bribed easily. Certainly after he took a hatchet to the world economy, that solidified that in my mind, that he has his view of what he wants to do and he's going to do it. What this is the appearance of something. So somebody like you who's not convinced that he can't be bribed would look at this and say, look, I have no reason to believe him. And that is true. But what I'm balancing that with is everything else that he's done that I consider to be just epic, and only he could have done it, like the 10% global tariff that we now have that's generating billions of dollars in revenue, deporting gangbangers and Hamas supporters, defunding Harvard, securing the border. I mean, this is stuff that is so significant that it really does outweigh this appearance, especially given what I know. I will also say, I do wish that the media had enough credibility so that when the Democrats and the leftist media came out here and criticized him for stuff like that, it actually landed. But because they gave a pass to Joe Biden on Hunter Biden and on the paintings, and because they refuse to admit when he does anything good, the Democrats and the liberal media have no standing with which to have that credibility to convince the American people that this is problematic, and that's where we find ourselves.
I would offer only that about the Hunter Biden paintings because of the liberal media, so to speak. We reported, media outlets reported about that, which is why you know about it. So the idea that we're just ignoring it.
Conservative media.
I know you heard about it on conservative media, but it was reported in the rest of media. But anyway, okay. So your point is a little bit of maybe corruption, but certainly the appearance of corruption is fine because you get other things in the bargain. Fawn, what do you think?
No, because I said first, I actually don't think he can be bribed, but I'm saying
the appearance of it is,
the fact that it's unpleasant to me that you now can be
I don't
further.
think I've been covering politics for a long time, Montel. I don't think anybody can't be bribed. I'm sorry.
Elon Musk selling automobiles on the White House lawn is not a bribe.
Who got bribed there?
$125 million he put into his campaign?
No, I mean, who which
he got
direction
elected
did it go
because he got $125 million from the guy who pulled his trucks up on the front lawn and said he got an advertisement from the president of the United States saying,
look at the stock. Look at Tesla's stock. It's in the toilet.
So this is what I will say is I actually agree for a different reason. When you say that he cannot be bribed, I think about the picture of every single business leader in that rotunda who thought they were going to get something, and what they got is they all are hundreds of billions of dollars.
That's right.
So, but I don't see that as a positive thing, to be clear. So I don't want to say that I think that's a positive thing. What I think that is, this is a man that has no loyalty to anyone. And so I think that is the best example, is look at everyone that was around him that day and look at what has happened since then. So I actually don't think he can be bribed because I don't think he actually has a loyalty to anyone.
What about just making money? I mean, I don't know that it needs to even be bribery.
It's not
because
bribery.
If it wasn't, look, there's crypto, which, okay, let's just look at the crypto that Trump has made. World Financial Liberty, which was announced just only in September, $550 million. Trump digital trading cards started being sold in 2022, 7 million. Trump and Melania meme coins, the revenue from trading fees and other revenues, $350 million. You don't have to bribe anybody. You're just making money at the end of the day.
Just a different point to this?
Yeah.
Immediately after the election, when so many people, especially Black women, were really around me, were like not wanting to get out of bed. and they had come to a conclusion that it was because Kamala was Black. And my argument to them was, have you paid attention to how many people own crypto? That is a block of voters that he's talking to right now.
That he has delivered for. He's deregulated.
And remember, he was against it till midway through the campaign. and realized how big that block of voters were. So right after the election, you're talking about $65 million invested. That's a big block of voters.
Or did he realize how he could personally make money from it?
Well,
because that's a different thing.
I think both things.
It's both. I don't think
factually
it has to
both
be
things
one or the
have
other.
happened,
Right.
I'm adding another side to this, which is he's solidifying a group of people that if it's not Republicans that are in there, that are running the House, the Senate, all the rest of that, crypto goes away because, well, it's as much of a Ponzi pyramid thing as we
funny
say.
money.
Right,
Well,
right,
that's
right,
my
right.
point. So
right.
politically,
So it's
it had value, right?
Right.
He leaned into the crypto
Yeah.
bros. He strung them along, got their votes. Now he's got to cut them off. Because, and this is, my issue is less about the president and more about the country. Crypto is a scam.
It is.
And what
is.
these guys want, these investors, they desperately need the government to legitimize their so-called investment. Otherwise, they're going to lose everything. And if they get what they want, which is displacing the fiat currency, the US dollar, we're no longer the reserve currency. We no longer have the power to sanction. We lose everything. So, you know, the senator talking, complaining is rich because it's not like you can't buy access to him by giving money to his campaign. So give me a break.
Yeah.
The problem is what this could do to America.
That's
Well, I
very
think
interesting.
that-
It's such an interesting point because I think it is different from what people would expect if you're a supporter of Trump. But it's a more of a national security question, which I think is colliding with, honestly, with Trump's pocketbook because he is in that meeting, not because they necessarily that he wants to hear what they have to say. He's in that meeting because they paid money that is coming to him. And which is in direct conflict to what you're saying, which is that what's in the best interest of the country from a fiscal perspective.
Yeah, and they could still get access to him. And I agree with what you were saying earlier. The most precious commodity is the president's time. And the calendar is policy. And by him going to this and spending the time, those precious minutes, it's a mistake.
Password, Montel.
I go back to it. I mean, the cash is going in his pocket. At the end of the day, it's going in his pocket. So he's making money. Whether you say I deliberately sold influence, I'm gonna remember if you gave me $150 million. I'm gonna remember that tomorrow. But if you want to give it to me right now, I'd enjoy it. I mean, you know, if you gave me $150 million, I'm gonna say, you know, Abby, come on over, have a cup of tea. Not tonight, because there's 250 other people waiting in line. Come
But
next
maybe
week.
another day.
Come on next week.
Maybe another day.